Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
Hey, welcome to Geek Fruit Retcon, where we travel back in time to a previous episode from our inglorious history on the Geek Fruit Podcast. Happy listening, you nerds. Welcome to Geek Fruit. This is Jishnu. I have Dinkar with me. Say hello.
What's up, bro?
That's not hello. But all right.
Whatever. You get a what's up, bro, with me.
I'll take what I can get.
You don't know what you're dealing with, Jishnu.
I'm dealing with you.
Yeah, hi. Hello. What's up?
That's about it. Okay. So, this week, we don't have Tejas once again. Unfortunately, he has met with that friend of ours, Mr. Deng.
Mr. Deng.
Mr. Deng.
Yes.
Ew.
Once again, an illness has befallen
Is it
Tejas.
dengue or dengue?
It's dengue.
Is it goo?
Yeah.
G-U-E, right?
Yes, G-U-E.
That's a weird name.
Unless you're Spanish, in which case it's dengue. Is that Spanish? No.
That was just straight up racist. Okay, so yeah, unfortunately Tejas isn't here like we said, so send all your thoughts, prayers, well wishes, and love letters to Tejas in Pune, where he is currently
recuperating.
In hospice.
Yes.
In hospice care. So hopefully he'll be back with us next week. But for this week, we have the new fall TV season just starting up.
Yes, exciting.
This was a pretty busy week, a lot busier than I thought it would be, because last week, or I guess 2 weeks ago, when it was just you and me again, we were sort of crying about the fact that the summer's over and we're now in the sort of like lull period where there's not much going on. And that was true. But I realized that didn't last very long.
No.
It lasted about little less than a month.
Which, well, in this day and age feels like a lifetime.
Exactly. So, in this 1 week alone, I saw the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season premiere, I saw the Gotham season premiere, and the Star Wars Rebels season premiere, which are three very
shows.
Good damn shows. And you still haven't seen much of Rebels at all, have you?
I have not. I am halfway through season 1, and I am very disappointed in myself, but I will catch up over the next couple of weeks, and then I will catch back up with you. 3 weeks into this, we'll both be talking about episode 5.
Seriously, the second season finale, still, I will never stop talking about this, is to this day one of the greatest moments on TV I have ever seen on my laptop.
All right.
See what I did there?
I have to get into it. Yes, I will.
Yeah. And season 3...
how's the rest of it? How's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Gotham, how are they looking?
I'm very, very impressed. Okay, so the one thing that I noticed... with all three shows, which is not the biggest surprise, but it's just hilarious that everybody's doing it, is that now that TV is churned out so quickly, all these shows are set in real time, in that it feels like only a week goes by between every episode, and when there's a break within seasons or break within the season itself, like a Christmas break that they usually take, it feels like exactly that much time has passed.
Yeah.
So at the end of season 2, when people went away, and when they came back and started season 3, in the case of Rebels, or season 4 in the case of S.H.I.E.L.D., season 3 in the case of Gotham, everybody has a new haircut. Everybody on all these shows comes with like a slightly different look. Everybody like gets either an emo haircut or like they grow out some facial hair or something to be like, so this is what I did on vacation. I didn't give an F. Which I guess conveys some character growth, I suppose. I mean, like, for instance, the most glaring changes in S.H.I.E.L.D. and Star Wars was that in S.H.I.E.L.D., Daisy Johnson, who was the focal point of Season 2 as your big hero who we're all rooting for, at the end of Season 2, this is not really a spoiler.
No spoiler.
I'm not going to give you a spoiler alert because this isn't one.
Okay.
At the end of Season 2...
she dies.
Things flip around. The whole world goes upside down because they were building into Civil War and I keep saying Accord Equips. It's the Sokovia Accords. Yeah.
Yes.
So at the end of Season 2, they were leading into the Sokovia Accords. Season 3 immediately begins with like literally one of the first few lines is somebody referencing the fact that the Sokovia Accords have been signed and oh no, now we have to go chasing after these people who are running away from the UN and people, and you know, there are Inhumans, or I guess what do they call them? Enhanced individuals who are helping to capture these people for the government. And everybody has some new look, and Daisy Johnson has now gone rogue in some way. I won't really get into details, but they conveyed her going rogue with just her looking like Tobey Maguire from Spider-Man 3. She's gone that emo route, and that's exactly the same case. She's gone goth, and that's the exact same case with what's his name?
So she
Ezra.
has like a swooping haircut.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Same deal with Ezra, the main protagonist from Rebels. He's lost his Aladdin locks. He had the exact like straight up Disney prince kind of flowy hair thing going on for like 2 seasons, and he was a kid. He was like, prepubescent, and I think now he's hit puberty. He's definitely grown taller, and he's now being taken more seriously by everybody. He's no longer the kid, although he is the youngest. People respect him, and he's gotten ranks within the rebellion and whatnot. Like he's leading missions and stuff, and so they conveyed that by just cutting his hair off, and now he's got a short crop, and he's like, oh, now you're a man, I guess.
You'd think he'd go through an emo goth phase.
You would.
A teenager.
You would. But, I mean, he's not the only one. There are other people on the show as well who, like, Sabine has now a new cut and whatnot, and, like, it's hilarious because she takes off a helmet for the first time in, like, the first 5 minutes, and it's like, ooh, look at my new bangs. And, like, it clearly, like, the camera, like, pulls in on that for whatever reason. Like, please notice the new do that I have.
Interesting.
Anyway, I guess it's a thing.
And what's up with Gotham?
Same deal. People have come back after a few months away. I will say They
all went away on summer vacation.
They all did. Now, here, I have to be very conscious about not giving away any spoilers with Gotham. So, like I said, it's been real time, so it's been about a month or two. And when we left at the end of Season 2, you haven't seen Season 2 either, have you? So, when we left at the end of Season 2, there were very deliberate moves for a bunch of cast members to leave Gotham for at least a while. A lot of them were like indefinite moves. I need to go look for this, or I need to find that person, or I need to find my inner peace and be Buddha, I guess. Everybody had their own things about like Gotham is too much because Season 2 was all about the villains, rising. And so Season 2 has this humongous catastrophe that happens throughout the latter half. And so when it ends, everybody's kind of done with Gotham for a while. And so the big question mark was, oh wow, where are they going? How long are they gone for? Will we see them again?
Will they get emo haircuts?
Some of them did. Gordon still does not have his mustache yet, but he's getting there. He's gotten scragglier. He's gotten like a little rough around the edges. Picked up some new fighting moves. Definitely, Season 3 has a more, how do I put it? He's hardened. Clearly,
all right.
Some things have gone down over the last few months, but everybody went away, and the big question was when will we see them again? And that was really exciting. And I have to say, I was probably the most disappointed with Gotham's premiere of the 3. Not to say that it was anything bad, but of the 3, it was the weakest, I think, because some people's story arcs, I think, were handled a little too quickly. In that I got closure way too quickly in the first episode. I was like not expecting to see some people for a while, or some things expecting to be drawn out, or
so a bunch of resetting the stage for a new arc.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm struggling not to like give away spoilers because there are some big things that happened that like really didn't sit with me too well. But when we eventually do another Gotham episode, probably I guess towards the end of the season, we'll talk about that again. So we'll come back to that. But yeah, basically, point is, TV's picked up again. Luke Cage is just a few days away as well.
I know. We'll be talking about that.
We will definitely be talking about that.
Yeah.
So hey, fair warning to all you listeners: when Luke Cage drops on the 30th, we will almost certainly be binging on it within a matter of days. So in all likelihood, there will be a Geek Fruit episode reviewing Luke Cage within a week. 2 at the very most, probably within a week of it coming out. So
it drops on the 30th, so we'd have an episode out by mid-October.
Yeah, by the first or second week of October, there will be a Luke
catch up.
Cage. So you have until then to get up to speed. Anyway, that's enough about me. Do you have anything that's exciting you these days?
Luke Cage, I'm so pumped for it.
Yes.
Again, all the trailers look great, and it's got a really different feel from any other Marvel TV show we've seen, including stuff like Jessica Jones. So where Jessica Jones went with the whole noir thing, this has this really cool hip-hop 90s-ish vibe going, which I'm really enjoying. Yeah. And Method Man's in it.
That's right.
Yeah.
What's the name of the... I feel so bad. I can never remember his name, and this is not going to help
Luke Cage.
Right.
It's the title of the show, Jishnu.
Of course.
Shame on you.
That guy, the black guy. But no, the other black guy with the mustache and the
you
suit.
Mean, the bald guy who's playing the villain?
I have no idea if he's the villain or not. He's the dude that's standing in front of the Notorious B.I.G. poster in one of the trailers. Is he the bad guy?
Yeah, he is.
What's his name?
He plays Remy Danton on House of Cards as well.
Yes, him. I love that guy.
Ali Mahershala or something like that.
Yeah, well done, well played.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm very excited for him.
Yeah. Classy looking dude. Yeah, he stands in front of a Biggie poster.
Yeah, it's great. Actually, come to think of it, so you know how it's no secret that the MCU has been getting slack for having not the strongest villains in the cinematic universe.
That
like
is true.
Loki is probably the strongest, and he's still only strong because of like
the ambiguity in his
yeah, exactly. There's nothing. We're not specifically terrified of the guy.
There's
but
apparently a deleted scene from Thor where he's legitimately crowned the heir.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, by Odin, and they took that out. No one's sure why, so we don't know if it's canon or not.
I guess
so. Spoiler alert, but he's currently sitting on the throne, pretending to be Odin.
Yeah, this we know from Dark World, right? The end of Dark World.
Yes.
Yeah.
And apparently in Dark World there was a moment where Odin was like, "You the guy," and then he died.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had no idea about that.
Who knows?
Well, what I was getting at though is that I'm actually, now that I think about it, and like I said, I'm very excited for the Luke Cage villain. The Marvel TV universe, i.e. the Netflix universe, is what I'm specifically talking about. I'm not talking about S.H.I.E.L.D. All great villains.
Great villains, yes, that is true.
Actually, well, maybe Daredevil Season 2, not so much. I mean, the tiny bit we got of Kingpin was amazing, because he's great. But actually, yeah, the Daredevil Season 2 villain was not...
What about
the most exciting for me, at least, like the whole, because it wasn't one guy; it was like the clan. I was like, well, when you break it up into that many people, then it's not so.
Yeah, and again, you're bringing in an ambiguous character with this dude. But what is the purple guy's name from Jessica Jones?
Oh, the Purple Man.
Yeah, no, what's his name? Doctor Who.
David Tennant.
Yes.
What's his name? Killgrave.
Killgrave. Yes. Oh, right. The most obvious name you could think of for a villain.
Yeah. He was beautiful.
Yes,
he was
good.
Brilliant. Yeah. So
Murder Dude
that being said,
would have been a better name.
Murder Dude. That's like Metalocalypse. You ever seen Metalocalypse?
Yes, great show.
I've seen it in passing. Is it still around? 'Cause that was like years ago.
I saw it like still around.
It was on TV in like the late aughts, in like 2007, 8.
I know
when
he
it was
still
really
makes
big.
music as Metalocalypse, but he's not allowed to use the name Metalocalypse anymore. They've cancelled it.
And it's cancelled.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Adult Swim cancelled it in a very, very dickish way, where they didn't even let the fans they said, "Hey, send in your mail," and fans sent in their mail, and then they said, "We're not really reading this mail, you know that, right?" And I think someone else offered to maybe pick up the show or like shop the show around to other networks, and they said, "No, we don't even want to do it." Which is a shame, because it was a great show. And so it
was a lot of fun.
And so Brendan Small, the guy who is...
Oh, is he the main guy?
He's the guy who makes all the music.
Sure.
And does the voices and... he does pretty much all the voices as well.
Really? It's one guy?
Yeah, he's an incredibly talented dude.
Damn.
You should see like some BTS stuff where he like record a track, then like put down drums, and then he'll like sit and do 8 character voices, and you're like, how is he doing this?
Wow.
So now he releases music under some similar Metalocalypse name. But he can't legally call it that anymore.
Cool. All right.
And there's no cartoon. How do we get into this?
I have no idea.
Oh,
Villains.
Yes, Killgrave and Murder Dude.
Killgraves and Murder Dudes. All right. Well, anyway, let's just take a quick little break, and then when we get back, we are going to get into a look ahead at the months left in this year and just a little bit into 2017 as well. We're looking at movies that are coming up and what we're excited for, and we're really going to be focusing on... the fact that a lot of these movies, which this is something we mentioned before in season 1 of our show, we had an episode called The Age of Franchise. And we're kind of bringing that idea back, and that we're questioning the fact that all these movies seem to all be franchise movies in some shape or form. Not too many standalone movies. So we have much to discuss there.
This is true.
Break time.
Hi, I'm May, and I'm a huge fan of the indie music scene in our country. A scene that's relatively underground, even though it sometimes speaks its head overground, but there's no shortage of talent, and I get the privilege of interviewing some of the most awesome musicians on my show. I've had the likes of Euphoria, Krish Kale, Hardcore, Randolph Correa. I've had singer-songwriters, folk singers, electronic music producers, playback singers, rappers, fusion artists, instrumentalists, classical musicians, and so on. Whether mainstream or not, these people have chosen to release their original music, and these are the people currently shaping the direction in which our music scene is heading. Join me on my show every Monday and tune in to discover the unique talent coming out of India today. You can catch Made in India on your favorite podcasting app or our very own IVM podcast app.
Hey, so we are back with Geek Fruit. It's me, Jishnu, and this is Dinkar.
What's up, bro?
That was Dinkar.
Hi.
So, like I said before the break, we are going to be looking at a bunch of movies that are coming out. Dinkar, do you want to read off this little handy list we have in front of us? It's very impressive.
We should go item by item. So, let's go chronological order. We've got a ton of movies. There's the whole end of the year extravaganza happening, and some interesting movies in the start of Jan as well. So I'd say let's go one by one. Now.
I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Can you rattle off this list in precisely 10 seconds? Wait. I'm gonna time you. I'm gonna time you because
I'm just gonna do some push-ups
because I have some cheap thrills. You should do the 22 push-up challenge.
Right now, huh?
You should do the 22 push-up challenge.
Wait, hold on. Just give me 10 seconds to do that.
Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm doing push-ups right now. 18, 19, 21, 22. There, done.
Damn, in 5.92. Now
exactly.
read off the list. Damn
well, that's way harder.
Read the list.
You know me. 22 push-ups
read
is okay.
the list.
Fine. All right.
Damn it. Go.
The Magnificent Seven, Max Steel, Batman Return of the Cape Crusaders, USS Indianapolis, Men of Courage, Miss Peregrine's School for Peculiar Children, Trolls, Inferno, Arrival. I need to...
You already ran out of time.
Oh, man. Well, there's a lot of movies. This just illustrates my point.
That was atrocious. How far did... You didn't even read...
Why is this even a thing?
You weren't even reading from the list.
What?
Of course I was. You weren't going in order.
Yes, I was.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I should finish it. Trolls, Inferno, Arrival, Doctor Strange, Fantastic Beasts, Moana, Rogue One, Passengers, The Space Between Us, Assassin's Creed, Triple X, Underworld, and Split.
Impressive.
That's a lot of movies, man.
That's great, Jishnu.
That's
You're better than me at the game you made up. Good for you.
That's the best kind of games to
That's
play.
like Mr. Monopoly going like, hey, I beat you, Mr. Checkers.
Well,
they were playing Monopoly.
Well, he's just better dressed. You have to give it to the guy. So, The Magnificent Seven. Let's start there.
Yes.
October. Wait, are none of these coming out?
Already out, in fact.
Is it already out?
It is. It played at.
That's right. It's been reviewed already. I've seen. It's got pretty meh, right?
Yes. I don't know why.
Has it got meh or
mixed?
Ooh.
Actually, weirdly mixed. Some people have said meh. Some people have said great. Yeah.
Like that. All right. Cool.
Let's give these all a rating.
Sure.
On a scale of 0 to 5 fruits, how many fruits are you anticipating this movie? Yeah, all right.
That many, yeah.
So, Magnificent Seven, yeah, apparently great. Interesting, because it's got a great cast. Denzel, Chris, Pratt, Hawk.
Ethan, you mean?
Yeah. Ethan Hawke.
You don't know I call him Ethan, bro.
Then 4 other people who are less famous. They're less famous, I'm sorry.
Sure.
Written by the guy who wrote True Detective, S1, Season 1.
The better one. So good.
The better one, yes. Nick Pizzolatto.
Right.
And directed by the dude from Training Day.
Does this movie have a epic title sequence as well?
I don't know.
Probably
but
not.
Hopefully.
I hope so. Have you seen the original, or do you know anything about the original?
Yeah, I've seen the original. I've seen the...
Who was in it?
The original...
Yeah.
Yul Brynner, that dude who's in half the westerns from back in the day.
Sure.
Him and a bunch of other people.
Okay.
You know the concept, right? It's
not really.
Ants. Have you seen Ants?
Ants?
Ants.
Do you mean ants, like the animated?
The animated movie Ants.
I have no idea if you're speaking English right now. What? A-N-T-S or A-N-D-Z? I don't know what you're saying.
The spelling of the title is A-N-T-Z. So it's Ants.
Okay.
Answer the question. Have you seen Ants?
No, clearly not. I haven't even freaking heard of this movie. So what the hell is it?
Pixar's Ants, where Woody Allen plays an ant.
Do you mean an ant?
Yes. He plays an ant.
I am so confused now. Wait, are you talking about the movie Ants?
I'm talking about the movie Ants, which is spelled A-N-T-Z.
Was this movie like this?
Yes.
Okay, we're talking about the same movie.
Yeah, it's a kid's movie. Of course, it's spelled
Then
with a Z.
apparently I've seen this movie.
Yes,
Okay.
also based off a similar concept as
All
the
right.
Seven Samurai. So is like Sholay from India.
Sure.
Or also South Hindustani from India. All of these are based off like that original movie by Kurosawa, Seven Samurai, where basically this lady goes to an outsider from like an outlaw. That's
Okay.
the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
She goes to an outlaw. He puts together a band of people. They come in to like save the village and whatnot. Blah blah.
Okay.
So you know the story.
That I guess so.
It's
That's
an
the
existing
same
trope.
premise. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have like a butt ton of movies to get through.
All
So
right, yeah,
I
let's move on.
don't want to dwell on Magnificent
0
Seven.
to
Clearly,
5 fruits. How many fruits?
I give it a meh.
So
In that, like, that's how much I care about it. Because
That's not
it's
a number from
it's-
0 to 5.
It's a remake of a remake. Was this the third Magnificent Seven
I
iteration?
don't think so. From what I've read, it's not completely based on the original. It's just like it's.
Yeah, I'm sure
a
it's
similar
like I'm
concept
sure
and
it's
it's-
loosely based.
yeah.
I mean, I'm excited by the cast. I'm in no hurry to see it though because
Give me a number. 2 fruits.
Jesus. You're talking about how excited I am to see this movie?
Yes.
Yeah, like 1.5.
Okay, 1.5 fruits.
Yeah.
All
like,
right, moving on. What's
yeah.
next on the list?
Max Steel.
Max Steel. Are
So-
you aware of this movie?
So I saw the trailer just yesterday.
Yes.
And I stumbled on it. Like literally, it was like it just auto played after some other trailer that I cared more about. And I was like, well, I'm already in bed and watching this. I might as well just keep watching it. And I'm so sad I did.
Because it's terrible.
Because it's atrocious.
It's so many levels of terrible.
So the name rung a bell. I don't know if I ever saw the show because it used to be a cartoon, right? It
Yes.
used to be like a kids animated cartoon.
Yeah.
I
It
wanna
still
say-
is, in fact. I think
Oh,
it's
is
on
it?
Disney XD now. Or it was a couple years
Brought
ago.
back, I guess. Yeah. From like the 80s, I imagine. 80s or 90s or something.
Yeah, it's around the G.I. Joe era.
Right, because I feel like I might be making this up, but I feel like I vaguely recall it being somewhere present when I was a kid.
That's also
Somewhere
because-
on TV, but I never watched it. I know I definitely didn't watch this show, but I feel like the name and the character look and everything like vaguely familiar to me.
I think that might also be because the name and the character
Yeah.
and everything about this are the most generic
Yeah.
thing you could ever come up with.
It's such
Max
nonsense.
Steel.
It's such drivel.
It's like Kilgrave, but objectively exponentially worse.
Kilgrave, more like lame. No, I'm not even going to
Yeah.
finish that. Okay, so the next one we have is
Wait,
what?
okay.
Do you have
How-
something exciting to say about this movie?
Well, no, Max Steel is terrible. No one watch it. It's based off that toy.
Yeah.
And give me your rating. Your
Like,
anticipation rating.
I'll give it like a banana peel.
Yeah, okay. So that's
Interpret that how you will.
negative, I would say.
It's something on
Minus
which
3 out of 5
this
fruits.
movie is something upon which you might trip and fall and break your neck. Okay, so Batman: Return of the Cape Crusaders.
That I'm pumped for. Did you watch the trailer for that?
I have not seen the trailer. I've seen like random snippets of it. I don't know where I saw them.
It looks all kinds of amazing.
Shall we
Mhm.
conduct an experiment and watch this trailer right now?
Let's do it.
And let's give this a crack. So, we're going to play this trailer back, like I said. You guys that are not at home, or rather that are at home.
At home.
In fact. That was
Maybe
the-
they're outside. Don't
Maybe,
judge.
yeah, maybe, the internet
Maybe
exists
they're at a
everywhere.
party listening to us.
If you do have the ability to watch this along with us, I will ask you to do so. If you can pull it up, it's Batman Return of the Cape Crusaders official trailer 2016. We will start it in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Gotham Palace.
On tonight's show, Hector and the Ho-Daddies.
Holy, unholy alliance! Our greatest foes have reunited.
I like it already.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, I'm convinced.
You know you're gonna love
I'm
this.
convinced. Yeah. I knew it was an Adam West and Burt Ward thing. I knew they were coming back.
Yeah.
But
Just
already,
hearing Burt Ward,
just hearing his voice
he
again.
sounds the same.
Holy
almost.
crap.
You couldn't imagine it's a super old person playing Burt Ward. I
Yeah.
mean, playing Robin.
Wow.
Ditto with Adam West.
Yeah.
Play a
They
little bit- play a little bit more.
look amazing. All right, let's just keep playing this.
That is amazing.
Let's go. To the Batmobile.
Oh my god. Wow.
How can you not love this?
Yeah.
And another thing, the
Damn.
animation looks great.
It does look good.
Which is good because the Killing Joke, for example, I
Right.
felt like the animation was very retro-y. I don't know if that was on purpose, like slightly low frame rate.
Yeah, you didn't like that? I loved that.
I thought it was decent, but also it didn't feel modern in the way that this does. Like this has this like little polish happening.
I feel like that's an interesting point you bring up, because I really loved pretty much everything about The Killing Joke, and the animation especially. I really enjoyed the way in which they used what they chose to keep three-dimensional and what they choose to draw out, by hand. And I guess the interesting thing is, since this is a nostalgia trip, since we're looking at Adam West and Burt Ward again, and we're familiar with these guys, and we're used to them being in that really, clunky, aloof kind of world that they were in, where it's so campy.
Yeah.
Since this is a callback to that, I guess they had to make some calls as to either we make it just as campy as it was, or we have to really turn the switch to 11 and make it really cool. So I guess that's what they've done here. But with Killing Joke, I guess since they were starting from scratch and just adapting from a page, they had more creative liberty in that we didn't know what to expect. So in this one, I think since, I already had it in my head. The reason I hadn't seen the trailer is because, I heard it was being made. And I was like, oh, this is a cartoon based on that really silly TV show.
I think you're mispronouncing the word great.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved it. It was brilliant. But it was, you couldn't deny that it was hilariously stupid as well.
Yes.
The whole production of it was silly.
Very
so
true.
I think this is cool, because I guess they've made the deliberate choice to go with slick, which I am all for.
Yeah.
And I also realized that we are watching a trailer in bits, and it's a very odd thing to kind of judge this movie on just 5 seconds of playing it through.
I don't think we're judging the movie at all. We're rating our anticipation of it, and I am already excited. So this trailer has done its job within the first 15 seconds.
I will give it a 4.256.
All right, that's a solid amount of fruit.
Take that as
You're going to get your vitamins.
All right, next up we have USS Indianapolis Men of Courage. I have no idea what this is about.
Okay, so we talked about this extensively on the random news segment of the Spider-Man episode.
Sure.
On which we had Siddhant and Tejas here. You weren't here. But they literally took apart the trailer bit by bit.
Okay.
I hadn't seen it at that point. It had just come out the night before.
Then let's not see it again. But
let's not watch it again.
Can you tell me what it's about?
It's got Nicolas Cage in it.
That's enough. Cool. Let's move on.
Exactly.
All right. So the next movie is Miss Peregrine's Home for
Peculiar Children.
Is that it?
Yes.
Oh, that was a lot shorter than I thought it was. Because when I saw the trailer, I will. You've seen the trailer as well?
Yes.
Okay. So when I saw the trailer, first up, when the title just appears, it just seemed as long as the Lemony Snicket's
a series of
unfortunate
events.
It was just that's a lot of words. So it never even registered to me what the thing was called. It was Miss Peregrine something.
Let's just go with Miss Peregrine.
Yeah. I will say, this was genuinely, probably since, I guess the last time I felt these feels that I felt when I saw this trailer was with Civil War and with Force Awakens.
Really?
Which in that, it's not so much about the actual content of the thing itself. Obviously, being Star Wars and Civil War, I was biased in that I knew what I was getting into. This is exciting because it's a new world. But this trailer, I was incredibly impressed that it was unlike 99% of trailers you see today.
Yeah.
In that it was an isolated... I think it basically did what the BVS trailer wanted to do and failed miserably at. In that the BVS trailer, the first time we saw it, as Bruce Wayne pulls up and meets Clark Kent, and then Lex Luthor comes in, and that whole scene takes place. That was really arduous and drawn out, and we were like, why are you showing us so much of this movie?
Yeah.
In this case, this trailer, when it begins, is just one sequence of these kids going underwater and special powers or blowing the air out and all that stuff, and that was really cool. And I just thought that this movie, this trailer for this movie was handled really well.
It was
and that I genuinely felt like I got a snippet of this movie, but since I don't know anything about this world, I didn't feel like anything was ruined for me.
Yeah.
And this is something that I'll bring up again with a few other movies. Something that I want to talk about for this episode is the fact that a lot of these movies that are on our list and the movies that are coming out now, the big heavy-hitting movies that have a lot of money put into them, are based on franchises. Some of them are movies that are being forced into becoming a franchise, like Magnificent Seven, essentially is...
It's not a franchise yet, since this is essentially a reboot. But
right.
I am sure
but you know
will
what I mean.
see
But
the Magnificent
I think
eventually.
reboots count in this day and age as a franchise now, because you're building off of the same
non-original property.
Non-original property.
Yeah.
And I know this Miss Peregrine thing is also based on a book, but still, it's at least it's
not the same
it's an
medium.
isolated world. Yeah, it's not the same medium. It's an isolated thing. We haven't met these characters before.
Yes.
So for the large part, I think the audience won't know what to expect, which is a weird thing to say, but it's
'Cause
such a
people don't read
rarity.
books.
Because people don't read books, but it's such a rarity, man. Like, I mean,
It is, yes.
I'm so used to now going into a theater with expectations of knowing how I want these are my characters who I have experienced, who I have dealt with, and who I've lived with. It's like the same thing, songwriters say, like when you make a song and it's recorded and it's released, it's no longer yours. And so you listen to that guy's songs and then they're part of your experience because you put your own ideas onto them. So when the next album comes out, you judge that guy so much more because you feel like you have a stake in what's about to come.
Yeah.
So same deal here. So I'm really excited for Miss Peregrine because I don't know anything about this. And that is a rarity on this list.
That is true.
So,
I think, is this the first one we're looking at that is by our very lax rules for
very
original
lax rules,
movies,
very lax rules.
which is all we're saying is
Yeah.
there wasn't a movie with the same
Yeah.
world or characters before.
Right, yeah.
This is the first one.
this is the first one. This is the first one.
It looks great, yes.
Yeah.
So basically, weird. Okay, so it's kind of like X-Men, except
Yeah, very
the
much like
mutations are called peculiarities.
Yeah.
And it's kids in an orphanage.
Yeah.
And Tim Burton, man.
Yeah, man.
Which is why, like, those visuals are striking. Like, wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
What's the last Tim Burton movie you've seen, actually, though? Because I didn't
what is
see
the last-
any of the Alice in Wonderlands or...
oh yeah, he just
I
put out
didn't-
that
Actually, I
very,
did see
very
Alice.
terrible Alice in Wonderland.
I saw the first one. There were two?
There were two, yes.
Yeah, I saw the first one years ago.
Yes,
And I totally forgot about it.
because it's terrible.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
move on. But
Moving
still,
on.
I mean, even in those Alice in Wonderland,
Yeah.
even the one that just came out, Sands of Glass or whatever random name it was, great visuals.
Yeah. So what would you... how many fruits do you give Peregrine?
A solid 4.
Nice. So
Excited, but Tim Burton's been a bit inconsistent lately.
this is
so
very
I don't
true.
know.
This is very, very true.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, Jesus Christ. The day before my birthday, so I might just make a event out of this, by which I mean get inordinately drunk and go watch Trolls.
Oh,
Everybody,
okay.
Trolls, yes. Totally forgot they exist, with good reason.
Why
And
do they exist?
I don't even know why.
So, for those of you unaware, trolls are those tiny little dolls with neon-colored hair that stick straight up. And now there is an animated movie based on the toy. And there was a cartoon back in the day. Now the thing is,
Damn the world.
these guys are the worst. There was a
just-
cartoon which was targeted at, I think, like 3-year-olds really, because it was completely brain dead. Now there is a movie based on it. Now the thing I really, really find annoying is this
Yeah.
might still be a good movie, but everything about the way this movie has been made
Yeah.
feels like it's been put together to be like the animated smash of the summer. So you've got the Justin Timberlake song, you've got the
Well,
cast.
for one, it's being released in October, so they missed the summer boat.
Okay, well, the animated hit of the year.
All right. I mean, that's big. That's a big ask.
That's what they're going for.
I
though.
don't. I mean, okay. You're saying that because of the star-studded cast
The
and the music
star-studded
and all
cast, the way the trailers cut,
Yes.
the music.
Yeah, they're trying to buy that. They're
They
trying.
are,
They're trying
yes.
to. Well, what they're doing is, from the best I can gather, is they want to get butts and seats. Which everybody, at the end of the day, every artist wants butts and seats, right?
Butts and seats
Yeah.
is, I think, acceptable if you're marketing the movie that way. I feel like this movie was made that way, where they went
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
yeah, which
Yeah,
is terrible.
It
like the entire movie is a marketing
It
exercise.
definitely sounds to me like they. Is it Disney Pixar?
DreamWorks.
Oh, DreamWorks. So it definitely sounds to me like DreamWorks called up Justin Timberlake and was like, "Yo, we will pay you an inordinate sum if you give us the single from your next album. We will put it in our
no,
movie."
I don't think that's it either. I think
No?
they called up Justin Timberlake
and said,
went
"Write me a great song."
Write us a happy. They didn't even say great song.
True.
They said, hey, remember that Pharrell
Yeah,
song?
yeah,
Could you
yeah,
make
yeah.
that,
Just make
only
us-
not that one?
Yeah,
and he was
yeah.
like, cool. And he made this.
It is a good song. Though.
It's
I will
a
give
good
you.
song.
It's a good song.
That's the worst part.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
it's
it.
a really good song.
It's such a cash grab.
So basically they called up JT. They were like, "Yo, write us a song," and then they called up Anna Kendrick and a bunch of a who's who, like James Corden and everybody that's relevant right now and really big right now, and said, "Okay, we have all these people together. JT and Anna Kendrick can sing really well, so this has to be based very much around this song because he can write a really good song. And what random property that worked at some point in the history of mankind can we resurrect?" And they pull out these friggin' trolls who, now that I think about it, the only time I've enjoyed seeing these trolls is in Toy Story.
Oh yeah.
Because there's the one
yes.
muscle guy.
Yes,
There's a
yes.
muscle troll who's kind of hilarious because he's in Toy Story. But yeah, 90 minutes about freaking neon little
I don't know
pricks.
how we
I'm
will handle that.
I'm so upset with the world.
Advertised as from the creators of Shrek.
I'm so upset with the world.
And I got exhausted
All right,
of Shrek pretty
let's
soon, so.
be done with this. Move on.
The worst part is I'm going to watch it and it'll probably be okay.
How many fruits?
2.
Not even. Okay, next up. All right, Inferno.
Yes.
So, I have to get this off my chest. I will vehemently defend anything that Tom Hanks is in, and I'm completely...
There's nothing to defend. He's the
Larry
best.
Larry Crown could take some
yeah.
defense.
Yes, that's true.
He can take all the help he can get.
Yes.
And it sucks that he wrote it and directed it himself. Though That Thing You Do, which was his debut,
Was
I
good.
will still watch to this day.
Yes.
So yeah, Inferno is the third part in the Da Vinci Code trilogy.
Yes.
I'm assuming it's the last.
I feel like there's one more of the
Is there one
books. Yeah.
Oh yeah? Well, damn. So, what do you think? Are you...
Digital Fortress? Is that what it's called?
Is it? Yeah, something like that.
One of the Dan Brown books.
That name rings a bell. So
Yes,
are
it's
you
about,
are you excited?
For this, yes.
Are you in
because,
it? Are you invested?
Well,
Or is it just because it's another Tom Hanks movie?
it's because it's another Tom Hanks movie.
Yeah.
It's because it's another Ron Howard movie, who I also think is great.
Yeah.
So, and the previous 2 movies are not, well, they're not the most memorable, but
No.
they're good, fun movies.
They are.
So, yeah,
They are.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
not going to, like, change my world, but
Yeah, yeah.
much like the Dan Brown books, which are
Pretty
really,
much.
like, they're airplane reads.
The way I see the first 2, and I'm sure this one will probably be the same, is that, yeah, like you said, the movies aren't anything amazing, but I think the fact that it's helmed by Tom Hanks, like, you're gonna be
Anchored by him.
Yeah,
He's
like
he's
he's
your
compelling,
guy.
he's
Yeah.
endearing, like, and he says anything. Literally, he can make a really mediocre movie like these 2, like several notches better,
Ditto.
just because you're just
Yeah.
watching him be
Ditto
him.
with Ron Howard, I think.
Yeah, very
Again,
much so.
like someone who can just
Yeah.
elevate material.
Totally unrelated.
Uh-huh.
His new Beatles movie, must see.
Yes.
The 8 days a week thing. Hey, anyway,
Now, wait.
that's for our other podcast.
I just have one more question.
Yes.
Why
Yeah.
does this trailer begin with the line, the world's greatest mind facing his greatest challenge or whatever? Why is this guy the world's greatest mind? He's like a random symbolist, right? Like, we're
Yeah.
agreeing he's smart.
Yeah.
But they're advertising him like he's Einstein.
Well, if this movie follows the trend of all the franchise movies these days, of all the sequels that come out, it's going to be taken place in real time. So, how many years will have passed since the whole Vatican explosion helicopter scenario that happened at the end of Angels and Demons?
Yes.
So, clearly, big world spectacle event. I'm guessing his name is out there now, and like people know that he's
And
the
they're
guy
like,
that likes.
"Whoa."
He undid the Illuminati. This guy is amazing. Beyonce hates him, I guess, because of that.
Yes.
So maybe that's my best guess.
So this is another franchise movie.
Yep.
But again, going by our lax standards,
Yeah.
Jishnu, Trolls is an original movie.
This is no, because it was a cartoon.
Okay.
It's based
yeah.
on a cartoon,
All right.
so
Fair
it's
enough.
still a franchise.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll give Inferno 3 fruits.
3 fruits. Yes.
Yeah. Maybe a pear and some plums.
Mm-hmm.
Arrival. Don't know the first thing about this movie.
Arrival stars Amy Adams as a translator or linguist of some sort. So basically, the concept of the movie is she's woken up in the. She's a mom and she's a translator and linguist, like I just said. She's woken up in the middle of the night by a shadowy government agency or the military. I'm not sure.
Okay.
They take her down to this giant shell, which is an alien ship, and they say you might be the only person who can figure out how to communicate with these people. So then she starts trying to communicate with them, and the alien life forms are really interesting. They're not like humanoid at all. From what I saw, they seem like they look like mollusks.
Like
you know?
what?
Like mollusks, like those. They live in shells under the sea.
You mean Sebastian? I don't. What?
Yes, Sebastian.
What the hell is a mollusk?
crab. It's a.
It sounds
creature
like something
that-
you find at like IKEA.
It's a sea creature that's like squishy and
A crab, a
It's
squid,
not-
a fish,
How
a
is a
dolphin,
crab
a turtle,
squishy?
a sea turtle, a tortoise,
All right.
jellyfish,
Jishnu,
starfish.
These aliens,
Sharks.
they look like ants. Okay.
All right.
Listen,
Cool.
they're not
This-
humanoid at all.
So this sounds like Gone Girl in a weird way.
What?
Oh, this is not. Wait, which was the movie you said sounds like Gone Girl?
That's
or-
the girl on the train,
Yes.
which
not-
is
not
written
at
by
all.
the person who wrote. Gone Girl.
I should pay more attention when you're
Yes.
talking to me. Okay. Yeah.
Oh my
So,
god.
all right. So she's on a ship with some fish.
She
and
goes up to the ship.
Yeah.
And
She sees
she
the
meets
fish.
Sebastian the alien.
Yeah.
She starts to break through and communicate with them.
Okay.
At which point, I think war starts to break out between them or whatever. It's obviously pretty vague because
Sure.
we're still at trailer stage.
Sure.
But it looks really interesting.
So is it like a thriller? Like a end of the world kind of?
I
The
don't
fish are
think
gonna
it gets to end of the
kill us.
world. Like, the astonishing thing is, the entire hook of this seems to be that this person is figuring out how to communicate with aliens, which
Alright.
has always been one of
that's
my
cool.
preoccupations with the way we address aliens and space in our movies.
Okay.
Is that when they come down, we go like, well, they look like us and they'll be evil is the only difference. And here you're saying,
To that end, then, I want to see this. I want to see, like, just a little bit of this.
yeah, maybe you'll learn what a mollusk looks like.
Maybe I'll know what the hell Sebastian looks like.
There are days that define your story beyond your life. Like the day they arrived.
I have no idea what Sicario or Prisoners are, by the way.
I'm Colonel G.T. Weber from Army Intelligence. Pack your bags. You're at the top of everyone's list when it comes to translations.
Priority 1. What do they
She's at
want?
the top of
Where
their
they
list
from?
when it comes to
You'll be reporting to me,
translation.
but
I
you
don't know
be
why
working
there are lists of
when you
this.
This is true. That list is probably pretty short.
on the UFO.
Is it Jeremy Renner?
Jeremy
wow.
Renner's in it.
With glasses? Who knew?
He can't see so good.
Who's being carted off in the medevac?
Okay, just gotta say that shot really just reminds me of like Man of Steel.
What do they look like?
I just see her like
Because of like the shell pod thing
yeah,
and
she's
because of Amy Adams.
Door
Yes.
opens
yes.
up. That's where we go in.
All right, show me Sebastian. Come on.
It's time.
He'll come up there across.
They
this
already
glass.
all look like a crab, by the way. They're all orange. They look like crabs.
It's a space suit.
They arrive.
What? What is this guy?
They've arrived. The aliens have arrived. Now wait, watch.
Are you insane?
That guy.
It's a jelly. It's a starfish. I said starfish.
Did you say starfish?
I said
Is that what it
starfish.
is?
Maybe you should listen to what I say.
12.
I think starfishes are a kind of mollusk says.
2 days. Figure something out.
I am human.
It's like a starfish.
See, those like squishy
Their
dudes.
language.
It's a starfish that meets like a squid.
We need
It's
to
somewhere
make
in
sure
between. It
they
also looks like a
understand
Rorschach
the
test.
difference between a weapon
little bit.
and a tool.
Okay, cool.
So you get it now.
I'm convinced. I'll watch this movie.
I believe all of these are types of mollusks. I might be wrong.
If you say so.
Well,
all
they're
right.
not ants though.
Okay, so I'm that's solid.
This
That's
looks pretty interesting, right?
a 3.792.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. All right. Let's just take a quick break and get back to this list. We're going to be looking at Doctor Strange, Fantastic Beasts, Moana, Rogue One, Passenger, Space Between Us, Assassin's Creed, The Triple
Ooh,
X,
we're hitting December, the
Yeah.
big month.
Underworld, and Split. So hopefully you guys can keep up with that. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
Hello there, my name is Naveen Narona, and as a gay person in India, I get asked a lot of stupid questions.
Beta, is it LGBT or eligibility?
How do two men procreate?
Bro, is Grindr better than Tinder or what?
We answer all these questions and much more on my podcast, Keeping It Queer, where I talk to individuals from the LGBT community in India and learn about their personal stories. Catch all the episodes on the IVM podcast app or any other podcasting app you like. Till then, keep it queer.
Hey, we're back with Geek Fruit. This is Jishnu and I have Dinkar. Say hello.
What's up, dog?
You just
I
fail
changed it to
every
a
time.
dog. Is
So,
that not?
we're continuing our list of the trailers that we're being going through. So we are now in November. We just spent a good 20 minutes just getting through September and October. Well, mainly October.
So many movies.
That's a lot of movies. So, Doctor Strange. I don't think
is
there's
that
nothing
what-
to say.
Yeah,
There's not
we've
much to
talked
say.
about
We've
it a
talked
bunch
about this movie.
already.
You know we're excited. It's in the
That's
MCU.
great.
It looks great. It's Benedict C. We're good. I just called him
It's
Benedict
the
C.
Wi-Fi password. Ha ha ha. It's all good.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Doctor Strange. Wait, but give it a fruit rating.
5.
5 fruits.
Cool.
For sure.
All right. Fantastic Beasts. We've touched on this a little bit.
Yeah, it's come a bunch. The weird thing is, I'm surprised that, I mean, do you know why we're seeing such a resurgence of just Harry Potter stuff in general? The play, the books, Pottermore, this movie.
Well, I mean, Pottermore is not new. Pottermore...
Yeah, but it's maybe, 2 years ago? So there was a solid gap
more
after
than.
the 7th book.
Wasn't it more than 2 years ago? I feel like it was...
Yeah? Okay.
I want to say 3-4 maybe.
Well, so there was this quiet period after book 7, Deadly Hallows came out.
Yeah.
Which felt like, wow, we've just witnessed the end of an era, and then...
Quiet period after the book, but then the movies were still being made.
Ah, yeah.
So that's what was being rolled out slowly but surely.
Oh
so
my
there's
God.
never been a lull.
We've never had a lull.
We've never
in
had
the
a
Harry
lull.
Potterverse.
We just don't really care all that much about Harry Potter.
I guess.
I mean,
so.
I really enjoy it, but like I don't obsess over it like I do with like Marvel or Star Wars and stuff.
I feel like I obsessed over the books, and I haven't cared as much since, though I still enjoy everything.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much how I feel about this trailer. It looks interesting.
Absolutely.
Looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Great visuals.
I'm very excited because, like I said, when we did the episode, if you haven't checked it out, we did an episode where we reviewed the book when it just came out, the new book, the play, a few weeks ago with Neha Matthews. I have my iPad here. I apologize. This is impossible to keep quiet. So, when we did the review with Neha, the big thing that I walked away with was that I really, really enjoyed the read a lot. I really had a great time, but I knew, like less than halfway into the book, that I was going to feel the same way after the fact, like I did with the 7 other books and all the movies. In that I really enjoyed watching them, I really enjoyed reading them, and it was amazing, and it was a lot of fun, but I wouldn't live in that world. Like, I'm constantly thinking about the MCU, and I'm constantly thinking about the Star Wars world. I'm not in the Harry Potter universe at all. I love it when I'm there, but the minute I step out, I'm fine. There are plenty of other more important worlds for me to dwell on.
That is fair.
So same deal with Fantastic Beasts. Very excited. Eddie Redmayne.
I'm hoping
let's do it.
one of the Fantastic Beasts they find is an ants or a mollusk.
All right. So
3 fruits. I'm giving it 3.
I'll give it 3.5.
All right.
Moana. So I know Tejas is more than a little excited about this.
He's Moana excited
it's
about it.
It's got Dwayne the Dwayne Dwayneson.
Did you say
which
he's
is great.
Moana a little excited about it?
Just let it go. So,
you see, the name of the movie is Moana, and I am making a pun on more than I. What's up, bro?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, this is obviously going to be great because it's Pixar.
It's Disney, actually. It's not
is it
Pixar.
Disney?
Yes,
oh,
I checked.
Well, it's obviously going to be great because it's Disney.
Yes.
So, I mean, does it really make a difference? So, yeah, I mean, it's great because it's new again. This is, again, one of the few movies on this list which is its own thing, right?
Tejas is excited about it, of course, we forgot to mention, because The Rock is in it.
Yeah, I said Dwayne the Dwayne Dwayneson.
Yeah.
The
Rock.
Dwayne the Dwayne Dwayneson.
The Rock.
The Dwayneson. And his talking tattoo. That's going to be fun.
Yes.
Who else is in it? Any other names that you know of? I haven't really looked into this movie much.
There is a kid, I think, playing the main character.
There are several kids in this movie. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Dwayne
about all
The
we
Rock
have.
Johnson plays Maui, who is a demigod, whose legends are told on that little island that they live on.
Yeah.
And this girl meets him, and he turns out to be a big scaredy cat.
Yeah.
So how do you like that, Tejas? The Rock is a scaredy cat.
I'm sure not for long. There's bound to be some wrestling reference in there. Like I don't think there must be like in his
I don't
write-up.
know. Disney movies tend to be like pretty.
It'll be cute and adorable. It's gonna happen. You know it's gonna happen. Okay, so yeah, just on namesake, I'll give this a 5 because I can't imagine being disappointed. by these guys. So yeah, all right. Rogue One, cool. Moving on. Passengers.
Passengers. That's really interesting, huh?
This is a tough one.
Yes.
I gotta admit, this is tough.
So this is a movie starring Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence as 2 passengers aboard a ship called the Avalon that has been cast out into space and is charted to reach a new planet that people can inhabit in 120 years. For that 120 years, everyone on the ship has been put into cryosleep.
Which, by the way,
yes,
very similar to Alien.
True. Exactly.
Continue.
Now, what happens is that 30 years into the journey, Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence wake up. They don't know why. There are a couple thousand other people on the ship who are still in their cryosleep. So these guys are suddenly up on a giant ship full of no one because everyone's in cryosleep.
Yeah.
And apparently, a mechanical android-y bartender, played by Michael Sheen, who I often call Martin Sheen or Martin Freeman.
Yeah.
They all fuse into one in my head. But yeah, he plays a bartender, and so there's this like little shot where he's talking to them, and you think like, oh, hey, Michael Sheen's in this movie.
Right.
And then they cut to the other side of the bar, and he's on wheels.
Yep.
Because he's an android.
Yep. So I gotta admit, another very odd viewing experience when I saw this trailer, much like with Miss Peregrine's blah blah blah, was that. So I had heard Chris Pratt, Jennifer Lawrence. I was like, ooh, I'm intrigued. It's in space. I'm very intrigued. And as the trailer begins, before the twist of like, oh no, everything's going wrong because people are asleep.
Yeah.
And when I think it was just the two of them like going on a date when they meet the Michael Sheen character, the bartender.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I was like, oh, this is great. Is this like an indie movie in space? This is amazing. Like, I would love to see this. And then the second that the whole like, oh no, we're trapped and we are the only passengers left. See how we now have the name in the thing? Haha. And then, it's like how are we going to save ourselves and the spaceship's going to blow up and explosions and all. I was like, well, now you've lost me. So my interest level
because what
dropped
you thought it was
significantly.
Okay, because what you thought it was way more exciting than what it turned out to be.
Exactly. Like the opening of the trailer was really cool because it was simple and subtle and just a character story, and then it becomes this big thriller and action thing, and I was like, well, I don't care anymore because I've seen these guys do this stuff all the time, and I was really excited to see. Like, the notion, like, think of it. I mean, the guy, like, so with Chris Pratt, for example, he's just done Guardians, finished Guardians 2, Jurassic World, he's about to do Jurassic World 2. He's all over Magnificent Seven. So he's full of these action movies. And Jennifer Lawrence, we've talked about a lot with the X-Men stuff, the Hunger Games thing, all this. She's again, veteran at this stuff. I was excited at the notion of this essentially being, like, my head immediately went to, like, Silver Linings Playbook in space. That would be cool. I would
be pretty interesting.
And with Chris Pratt. Like, Chris Pratt we've seen him do comedy amazingly well in Parks and Rec. We've seen him do action amazingly well in all these movies. But we haven't seen him do, just straight up independent drama. And because he's a big movie star, they can afford to put him in space and have him do scenes in space. But keep it, like, relevant and poignant and grounded. Yeah. And they had it for, like, all of 10 seconds in this trailer. And then I got really excited. And then, nope. So
what is your opinion of the movie as it is?
As it is right now, I'm like 2.5.
Really?
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't care, man. Like, because Jennifer Lawrence has never really done it for me too much. Like, she has her moments, definitely, but I'm not her biggest fan.
She's weirdly inconsistent.
She's very inconsistent.
She's actually the same in every movie, but some movies really works.
Yeah.
Some movies it doesn't.
Yeah. Chris Pratt, I've never not liked. So that's really the only reason I'm giving it 2.5. If it wasn't Chris Pratt, and it was like a no-name actor, which normally I'm attracted to because I like, not having pretenses about
preconceived
notions about somebody else. Then I would like it less, actually. But I really like Chris Pratt, so that's why I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. But that being said, I'm still only like a 2.5. Also
in this movie, Andy Garcia and Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, who they just like threw in, like,
so
literally.
I think they only come in at the end. What
I guess
I
so.
Suspect, and why I'm slightly more excited for this movie than you, I think, is original movie. It's the first one on this list that's based on nothing. It's based off of, believe it or not, a script. And that's it.
Very
no book,
good point.
No cartoon, no toys, nothing.
2.736.
It's also a very
you've convinced me.
It's a pretty legendary script in the industry apparently because it's been around since about 2008.
Oh, cool.
When this is from my little research on the movie. It was on the blacklist, which if you know is this list of screenplays that is put out every year within the Hollywood circles of movies that didn't get picked up that are really, really highly rated. Rated in the sense that they've been given great scores, but for whatever reason, maybe they didn't get financing, maybe they didn't get the right star, they weren't picked up. So some of the best movies like ever have come off that list. This is one of them. And it looks interesting. I am willing to give it the benefit of the doubt right now because I think the trailer probably doesn't convey the full scope of this movie.
I hope so.
So, yeah.
Cool.
I would give it a 3.5.
All right. Next up is Space Between Us.
The Space Between Us.
Also don't know much.
It's, again, I think, another original movie on our list.
Okay.
It's based on, there's a human settlement on Mars, and the first human born there comes back to Earth and starts figuring out life. In the meantime, the Martian colony is out to get him back because he's not going to survive on Earth, being the first human born on Mars. Something along those lines. It's vague.
Well, that's cool.
Gary Oldman is in it.
Hey, that's awesome.
And
I haven't seen him in a while.
Wait, hold on. Who's the? Have I mentioned the star cast? Who's the kid?
You have not mentioned the star cast. But I'm intrigued because
sounds interesting, right?
Yeah. So it's Asa. Butterfield.
Asa Butterfield. Does that sound familiar to you?
It does not sound familiar.
Does the guy look familiar to you?
The guy?
Yes. Does Asa look familiar to you?
Oh.
He's the dude from Hugo, the kid from Hugo.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. All grown up, huh?
Damn. What do you know? Okay. Well, if it's an original movie with Gary Oldman, I guess.
Gary
Oldman.
Oldman.
Again, I trust Chris Pratt. I trust Gary Oldman.
Yeah, it seems interesting. And
do you think this is...
I've seen it described as Romeo and Juliet in space.
Oh, Jesus.
Which is terrible.
All right. That's not necessarily the best thing.
But there's like a little... so there's moments like where he meets this girl on Earth, basically. They're driving down and he sees a horse and he freaks out because he's like, what is that? Oh my God, what is that thing? And she's like, it's a horse, dude. So, yeah, little moments like that. Could be interesting.
Do you think this is Oscar bait? Like The Martian? Do you think it'll get nominated for Best Comedy? That could happen.
Yeah, it could happen, I suppose.
That could be a new trend now.
Yeah.
Because it's coming out in December. And I'm just very aware of the fact that these movies, like Passengers and Space Between Us, in December alone are going up against Star Wars and Assassin's Creed.
I wonder, because Space Between Us
right before that is Doctor Strange, Fantastic Beasts. I mean, like, it's gonna...
Oof.
You know?
So you're thinking this is like a prestige movie?
Maybe.
Okay.
This is based on nothing. I haven't seen the movie, but the fact that it's got Gary Oldman, like... Yeah, maybe. I mean,
know.
Also based on the fact that the freaking Martian was, like, nominated for comedy. I mean, like, anything can happen at this point, I guess.
That's true.
All right. So, how many fruits?
2.5.
Oh, wow.
I'm ambiguous.
All right.
It sounds interesting, but it looks okay.
Cool. All right. Assassin's Creed. We've talked about this movie a little bit in the past. I don't know. I'm trying not to think. I'm excited. Like how I was excited about Warcraft, and I enjoyed Warcraft, but for all the wrong reasons. I hope...
This looks like a way better movie than Warcraft. I might be jumping the gun. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. Let's not jinx it.
Yeah, because it's cursed by, the nature of what it is.
Yes.
I'm just choosing not to think about it and just sort of try my best to go in blind, which is impossible because I've played all the games. And well, not all, but most of them. And
though it's based on a completely new character.
True. Yeah. But, they're going to have to, in order to please audiences, they're going to have to throw in all the references in the world and all that stuff.
Oh my God, it's a sword. And
yeah,
blah, blah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
Cool.
First one based on a game so far. So we've seen so far 2 original movies, stuff based off of toys, stuff based off of books, and the first one based off of a game.
Sure.
Yeah.
But this is not the first video game movie this year.
It's not the first video game movie in history, I would say. But Michael Fassbender, that dude is good.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting.
Let's hope. Okay.
How many fruits?
I don't know, 2.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying not to think about it.
Cautious optimism, I would classify that as.
Yeah. And 2 is not a lot, but I mean, I'm also...
But maybe it's a great fruit, like a pineapple.
What?
A pineapple is a great fruit.
It's a great fruit. But you eat too much, like, it messes up your mouth and, like, it gets weird and dry.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage. Totally forgot this existed.
God.
Did you see I didn't even see the first one.
You haven't seen Triple X?
I have not.
You do not know about X, the extreme sports athlete who becomes a secret agent?
Oh, that's his name?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I had no idea.
Dude.
I just thought his name was Vin Diesel.
No, his name is Xander Cage and he's Triple X.
Alright.
It's pretty epic. So, you haven't seen Triple X?
No,
oh my God.
I feel
you
like...
should watch it. It is like literally the most turn your brain off action movie you will ever see.
But I feel like that there are a lot of those going around.
The guy, actually that's true.
So,
maybe it's a part of the era it was in, because it was in 2001, 2002.
Yeah.
So a long time ago.
Yeah.
When this kind of stuff was a lot.
It
more
was right around
acceptable.
when like Fast and the Furious started as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in that time.
Vin Diesel's.
Like Need for Speed Underground just came out as well. Like it was part of that. Hey, we can now like make explosions that look really cool and like drive fast cars. Let's make a bunch of movies that can do that.
I guess so.
Pretty much.
But I don't know about this movie at all, man. So, Triple X 2, have you seen? Which is called.
Wait, this is not Triple X 2?
This is 3.
Oh my God.
X2 is called, what is it, State of the Union or something like that?
What?
Yes.
Is it a political drama?
It doesn't have Vin Diesel in it.
Then it's, alright,
at the start of
I'm
Triple
calling
X2,
BS.
Vin Diesel turns out to be dead.
Sorry.
Though you never see it happen.
Nope.
And the new Triple X is played by, you do not care at all. Ice Cube. Ice Cube is the new Triple X.
I'm checked out.
That's why. So this is Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage, because we all thought Vin Diesel was dead.
You guys can't see how much I'm face palming right now.
Okay.
So, how many fruits?
2. Deepika Padukone is in this movie.
This is true.
She's in all of 3 seconds in the trailer. She plays an ex-girlfriend of Xander Cage's, I believe. Why do you not care about... You know what? Just to spite you,
Yeah.
I am giving this 6 fruits. I am so pumped for this movie.
All right. You do that. You do that. Cool.
6 fruits and 3 X's. By the way, you get that Deepika Padukone plays an X of his, right? Also, he's triple X, and he's an extreme sports athlete. This is still less X references than the entirety of the X-Men. So, Jishnu's
I don't have
despondently hugging the mic.
Yeah, I don't have the energy to even respond to this movie. All right, cool. Let's just move the hell on. So we have 2 movies left.
Do you want to play a bit of that trailer?
Oh, fine. All right, we'll do that.
Maybe it'll change your mind, and maybe it'll change your life.
Something better change for the better. I doubt that though. All right, let's do this. I suppose.
You know, they say the world is safer than it's ever been in the history of civilization.
Yeah, because
Do
the
you
Avengers
feel
are
safer
there.
today than you did yesterday? I know I don't.
Oh yeah.
What?
The world has
You know
changed.
you love it.
The war we're fighting today needs a different kind of soldier.
Who's doing
We
this
need
cover?
people with the skills
I have no idea.
and the
It's
attitude
amazing.
Not bad.
to take on threats we don't even know exist.
We need someone who
Hey,
can walk into
all right,
a tornado
she's alive.
and come out the other
she's
side
a
like
person.
it was a damn gentle breeze.
Get on your knees!
If you wanted me back, you could have just asked me.
We should have asked him,
Let me
dude.
simplify
I
it for you.
didn't ask him to exist in the first
Kick
place.
some ass and try to look dope while you're doing it. I could definitely make that work.
Guns, girls, global domination. Sandy Cage is back.
I am fist pumping right now because that is
my
so cool.
God.
I'm sorry, Jishnu. Some of us like guns, girls, and global domination,
Just stick to Groot.
and get none of them.
just stick to Groot. All right, fine. All right, last 2 movies. Make
All
this,
right.
make this quick. Underworld, Blood Wars.
Who gives an... Yeah, like,
Yeah, all
really,
right,
who
cool.
cares?
All right, Split.
Do you realize that
Yeah.
this is... Wait, because this is bothering me. I
What?
didn't realize there was a new Underworld movie. This is number 5. It's the 5th Underworld
Shut
movie,
up.
and no one's seen any of them.
Shut up. What?
Yeah.
Really?
Number 5. Underworld, Underworld Evolution, Underworld something else, and another Underworld.
All starring Kate Beckinsale.
Yes.
What?
I don't get it
How
either.
did... What? Who's
Nobody
making
cared
this movie?
about the first Underworld, dude.
What?
I've only seen the first one.
What company made this movie? Like, who has the money to put into these movies that are, clearly failing?
Underworld.com. I don't know.
I'm not even going to look it up. I don't care. All right, cool, fine.
It's still being run by the same... so, Len Wiseman, who is Kate Beckinsale's husband, or ex-husband, I think, at this point, is the dude who produces them. And, his company. So, I don't know. I don't get it.
Maybe he's just whipped and she's like, make more movies so I can make money. All right, fine. All right, dear.
But they're split up now, I think. So, why is this still happening?
I don't know.
Did they even watch these movies? They're about... Have you seen any of them?
No. Why would... No. If I haven't
saw
seen...
the first one, and it's very, very forgettable.
It's
It's
just-
about the
I-
war between vampires
Right.
and...
In my head, I've always thought of it as the female Van Helsing.
Yeah, well,
Which is-
in a sense.
It's
Except...
vampires doing stuff with guns and this is a gun.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it's
There's
vampires, guns, and global domination. Right? That's basically it. All right, moving on.
All right.
Not even a rating.
Okay.
Split. M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Yes,
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong is back.
I'm excited because he's back. That's about it.
With James McAvoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on
it-
paper, hey,
Yeah.
I'm excited. Why not?
What is Sham's last movie?
I don't even know.
Neither do I.
It was a while ago. He's been out of it
So this
for a while.
movie is basically it's called Split because James McAvoy is playing a dude who has what's that? Yes, multiple personality. Yes,
Split personality.
schizophrenia. Let's say.
So this is a darker version of Me, Myself, and Irene, is what you're saying.
It's an extreme version as well because he has 23 personalities inside him apparently.
Right. Yeah.
So the plot of the movie is that he kidnaps these 3 teenage girls and they think, hey, we've been kidnapped by James McAvoy, but it turns out no, they've been kidnapped by some kindly old British lady, and then they've been kidnapped by a 9-year-old boy, and they're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And I suspect the twist at the end is that James McAvoy, who is bald, turns out to be Charles Xavier.
Or Apocalypse.
They're
both bald.
You could, yeah, who knows?
So,
But only one of them is played by James McAvoy.
He could also be John Luke Picard.
So this turns out to be part of the X-Men universe all along.
He could be Mini-Me.
He could be. Are we just naming bald people now?
Stone Cold Steve Austin. All right, so I'm excited. Just on virtue of on paper McAvoy, Shyamalama Ding Dong. I haven't seen him in a while, so let's hope this goes well. He's the kind of guy that takes his own time between movies, which I respect. Fine, cool. Take your time and do it right.
He's got to come up with those twists, though.
So let's hope it works.
It was all a dream.
I still love Signs to this day. Signs was one of my favorite movies as a kid.
Good movie.
That's a strong statement. Not one of my favorite movies, but I really enjoyed it when I saw it in theaters. It scared the pants off of me when I watched it, but I was a kid as well. So now that I think of it, I haven't seen Shyamalama Ding Dong since I've been an adult. And
Happening was the last one I can remember.
I didn't see that. I didn't see it. Pretty terrible.
Yeah. He's inconsistent, dude.
He is inconsistent.
Yeah.
But hopefully when he gets it, he gets it.
But yeah, that's the last. So we took a look forward up till Jan 2017.
Yep.
And that's our slate of releases. And some of them we're excited for. Some of them we are not as excited for.
All right, guys. So that's it for this week. So you can...
Write into us. Contact geekfruit@gmail.com. Find us on the social medias.
That too.
Geekfruit HQ. So basically put in the name of whatever site you want and say /GeekFruitHQ.
Ooh, like any site?
Any site.
Oh, damn.
Hotmail.com/GeekFruitHQ. Try it. I dare you.
Did you hear that Yahoo got hacked?
Yeah.
About time, buddy. All right, cool. So what he said, do those things, and hopefully we'll see you again next week when we have also hopefully a disease-free Tejas Menon.
Yes.
That is the hope.
Alrighty.
Cool. Thanks, guys. See you later. You nerds.
Hey, it's Dinkar from Geek Fruit. Now, if you love to travel, if you swear by wanderlust, then have I got the podcast for you. Political analyst Ambika Vishwanath and corporate executive Hoshner reporter quit their day jobs in 2015 and set out on a journey to explore India that covered 15,000 kilometers and 13 states. And now you can hear them discuss that and the travel culture in our country on the Rediscovery Project. You can check out new episodes every Monday on iTunes, Stitcher, the IVM app, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And listen to it while traveling.
Excuse me, भैया. Excuse me.
बोलिए मैडम.
मेन्यू में क्या है?
मेन्यू में सीन अनसीन है, पॉडकास्ट है, ऑन कोर्स है, साइरस है, मेड इन इंडिया, रीडिस्कवरी प्रोजेक्ट, एम्पावरिंग सीरीज, सेक्स वैक्स है, IVM लाइक्स है, सिंप्लीफाइड है, कीपिंग इट क्वियर है, थिंग्स एंड डेस्टिनेशंस है, माय नेबर जकरबर्ग है और द फैन गराज है. आपको क्या चाहिए?
एक बार रिपीट कर देंगे क्या?
रिपीट नहीं करता हम. आप जाओ IVMpodcast.com पे और सुनो ये सब, या फिर डाउनलोड करो उनका ऐप. सब आपकी उंगलियों पे.